Hi guys, welcome back to another video with Pratham Test Prep. This is your host Sanjeet Bhatia, and we are back again with another video on legal affairs for CLAT and AILET. As we are just left with next 10 days for the exam, these affairs are very important for all of you who are watching this video. Now, basically starting for the next 10 days, if you are starting with your preparation right now for your current affairs, you should read all your general knowledge starting from April 2020 till July of 2021. That is the associated timeline that I will recommend all of you to start reading with. Okay, so if you haven't started yet, you are very far behind, then you should just start reading all these current affairs from starting from month of April 2020 and till July 2021. Okay, so before we move ahead, a basic request that I always make to all of you: please hit the like, share and subscribe button, as that is what motivates us to make more videos for you guys. Now, if you are looking for free material and quizzes, the quizzes have been held on the Telegram channel for Pratham Test Prep, that is CLAT@Pratham. So you can definitely join up our Telegram group and become a part of the family, and you don't have to pay anything for that, and you will have access to the top material that is there in the market, and you can definitely participate in the quizzes free of cost. Right, so that is also something that is available for all of you who are watching this video. Do join on the Telegram channel and become a part of the channel and get all the material for free. Now, if you are someone who's looking for mentorship or is still looking for starting to prepare for their CLAT and AILET and haven't prepared yet, you can give us a call on the number that is flashing on your screen right now. That is 5 times 9 75392. That is the number that you can get connected to us and start your preparation as soon as possible. Right. So everyone who's looking forward to start their preparation, wants some test series, or is requiring some material or online lectures, you can definitely give us a call and we'll be happy to help you all. Okay, now starting with the legal affairs for the day, there are some 5 to 7 legal affairs that I've selected for you guys, which are very important for this week itself. And all the students who are enrolled with Pratham, I make sure that you'll be getting all your legal affairs till your 20th of July, so that you are very well versed with all the legal affairs that are going till 20th of July, and you can use them while you're going for your examinations. Okay, so the first news for the day. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Ashutosh. Hi, Samyak. Hi, Mr. Nattu Singh. How are you? I hope everybody is doing great. Starting for our legal affairs, the first legal affairs for the day that we have is that former Supreme Court judge, Justice Sujata Manohar, was awarded the Ginsburg Medal of Honor. Now, she's the first Indian woman judge and jurist to be awarded this award and the Medal of Honor. It's Ruth Bader Ginsburg Medal of Honor. Right, so this is a very important news for all of you, because she's the first Indian woman jurist who has got this honor. So this news basically becomes very important for all of you guys who are watching this video. Okay, now this award is by the World Jurist Association and the World Law Association. Now, she was given this virtually. Right, now this celebrates the life and achievements of a remarkable judge. Okay, now she also has fought for gender equality in the country and especially in the legal profession also. Now, while she was going through this felicitation in Mumbai Bar Association, which is Bombay Bar Association, she had some statements that she quoted, that I quote here, is that the most important question before India remains the questions of sex discrimination practiced as a result of customary laws, customary norms, and personal laws based on religion, especially the personal laws of the minorities. Right? That is what she has said. And she also said that the Supreme Court has to take its view on this kind of discrimination and can only be removed by legislation. So the Supreme Court has to pass certain legislation to take care of such discriminations that happen in the country. And it is therefore necessary that proper leadership and support is given to those who are affected by such discrimination, and they are being helped to voice their grievances. Okay, so you can see that Justice Sujata Manohar is highly respected judge in the country, and she's received this honor also, and she's been working against the discrimination that goes on in the country. And she also said that as a lawyer, we are justified in putting our faith in the rule of law as the guarantor of peace and security in the world. Gender equality is an aspect of rule of law, that all of us know that gender equality has to be there. And we have seen that women have been discriminated on various essences. Okay, now law that do not discriminate on grounds of race, religion, color, gender, caste, or any other irrelevant grounds. Okay, so she's been working against the gender discrimination and any kind of discrimination that happens in the country. I hope everybody is clear with the news. This is a very, very important news for all of you who are writing the CLAT exam. It can be a legal affair for the people who are sitting for the paper, because she's the first women judge and the jurist who has got the Ruth Bader Ginsburg Medal of Honor. So this is a very, very important news, and it is a world-renowned honor that she's received. So definitely this makes up for a very important news for all of you who are going for your CLAT and AILET examination. So do keep in mind that she is a part of the Bombay Bar Association. She's a judge in Bombay Bar Association. So that is what you have to remember from this news. Very, very important news. Do keep it in your mind. Now, coming to the next news for the day, that non-availability of sufficient public prosecutors defeats the right to speedy trial. One of the reasons for pendency. Karnataka High Court has said that such if there is no availability of public prosecutor, that is against the right to speedy trial, and your right to speedy trial is covered under the Indian Constitution. So first, discussing what did the Karnataka High Court said, that the non-availability of the public prosecutor has a direct nexus with the administration of criminal justice. As you all know, that the public prosecutor is given to the person who doesn't have a legal representation, and when he is drawing a nexus between such criminal justice, and he's a very important person for the court and for the victim also, and for the person who's been alleged of a crime, right? So he's a direct nexus in the administration of criminal justice. The Karnataka High Court said this on this Friday, that the state government has to take immediate steps to fill up all vacant posts of public prosecutors in the state, right? So as you all know, that there's a huge pendency of cases in India, and there are a lot of people who are affected by such pendency of cases. So definitely Karnataka High Court has taken one step ahead and telling the government to take steps and appoint more public prosecutors so that justice can be taken in this manner. Now, next point is that what is right to speedy trial? Now, right to speedy trial is mentioned under the fundamental rights of the Constitution, which implicates in the right to life and personal liberty that is provided under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. There has been certain cases where the court has said that right to speedy trial is a constitutional right, and it is also mentioned under the Constitution of India, and also it is covered under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. So definitely this is something that you can keep in your mind. Right to speedy trial is a fundamental right. If it pops up in your exam, you will be well aware about that issue, and you can see that non-availability of public prosecutor takes away your right against speedy trial. So that is something really, really important for the people who are sitting for the exam to remember. Such rights are also covered under fundamental rights. So if it has been asked, if you're given different options in the paper to recognize which of the following are the fundamental rights in a country, and right to speedy trial is under the options, then definitely it will be considered as a right, as a fundamental right, because it is covered under right to life and personal liberty. I hope everybody is clear with this news also. It is very, very important news told by the Karnataka High Court. Everybody should take a mention of this news also. And it can also be used as a news in your factual scenarios. There can be a passage related to the same, and they can ask you factual scenarios on that news also. Now, coming to the next news for the day, that is the Modi cabinet. Okay, so there's a new cabinet. There are 14 new ministers that have been taken in by the Modi government. I have mentioned all the names of the cabinet ministers, and we will be discussing briefly who are these persons and which are the most important cabinet ministers that you have to remember. There are some cabinet ministers who are not yet given their departments, so that will be seen in the future, but some of them are being given their departments right now, so we will discuss that also. So you can see in Mr. Narayan Rane, Mr. Sabradhan Sonwal, who's given ports and shipping and Ayush ministry, which is basically Ayurvedic ministry that we have. Dr. Virendra Kumar, then one of the most important cabinet ministers right now is Jyotiraditya Scindia. As you all know, he was a person who was involved with Congress party. Then he left the party and joined BJP, and which led to the change in the government in the state of Madhya Pradesh, right? The government of Mr. Kamal Nath came down because he was not able to prove a majority in the floor test, which happened in the state of Madhya Pradesh. And Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan became the CM of Madhya Pradesh because of Jyotiraditya Scindia leaving with 21 and 22 other MLAs with him. Okay, so Jyotiraditya Scindia is being given a seat in the civil aviation ministry. So he'll be taking care of the civil aviation ministry. And right now, there has been a plea that was filed in the Bombay High Court, where the changing of the names of the airports was considered to be the first step that Jyotiraditya Scindia has to take into consideration. That is considered as the first duty that is given to him. Then there is Ramchandra Prasad, who's been given the steel ministry. Ashwini Vishnu, who's been given railways. Railways is a very, very important ministry in our country. As you all know, Lalu Prasad Yadav was one of the person who became very, very famous from the railway ministry. And now it's Mr. Ashwini Vishnu, who's been given as the railway ministry, and communication and electronics and information technology is also under his ambit. Now coming to your Ministry of Food Processing Industries, it is given to Pashupati Kumar Paras. Now, Law and Justice Ministry, very important for lawyers and law students, is Mr. Kiran Redju, who's been given the Law and Justice Ministry. There can be definitely a question that can be asked on that, on the new cabinet ministers who've been involved. So Mr. Kiran Redju becomes one of the most important news for law students who are going for the examination. So you have to definitely remember this news, as it is very, very important for your exam. Okay, Kiran Redju is also a very prominent minister in our country. So definitely this question can pop up in your exam. So definitely be very, very prepared with this kind of a question. Then comes is Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan, who's also in the education ministry. This also becomes very important because the new education policy that has been come up, as you all know, that the new education policy was given by the ISRO chief. Now Dharmendra Pradhan is also taking care of the education ministry. Now Rajkumar Singh is taking care of the power and the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Hardeep Singh Puri, very, very important cabinet minister, taking care of petroleum, housing and urban development. Now, Mansukh Mandavia, this is the person who is from Gujarat. He's been like a very prominent politician from Gujarat. As you all know, Dr. Harshvardhan has been removed from the Ministry of Health, and now he's been appointed in the Health Ministry and Chemical and Fertilizer Ministry. Also, he'll be taking care of two ministries particularly. Now, health ministry being a very, very essential part after the COVID-19 pandemic, as it has been stated by the government that Dr. Harshvardhan has been removed due to his poor performance in the second wave of the COVID-19 in India, right? So he's been given this new post. As you all know that there is a lot of influence that happens while giving the post regarding the states and which state do they come from, are there any approaching elections, and everything is always kept in mind while giving cabinets to such ministers. So Mr. Mansukh Mandavia has got the health ministry and the chemical and fertilizer ministry. Now next comes Bhupendra Yadav, then comes Mr. Parushottam Rupala, then comes G. Krishan Reddy, then comes Anurag Thakur, who's a very, very young cabinet minister. He's a youngest cabinet minister, I guess, in all of these people. Then comes Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia, who's also considered amongst the young cabinet ministers. Now, Arjun Thakur has been given information and broadcasting and sports ministry together. Now, Natu Singh says that Narayan Rane has been given MSME ministry. Okay. So that is a new news that you can always remember. He's been given the MSME as the ministry for Mr. Narayan Rane, as he's the first name that is there in the list. Okay, so the important people that you have to remember in this is Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia, Mr. Kiran Redju, Hardeep Singh Puri, Mansukh Mandavia, and Mr. Anurag Thakur. These are, I guess, the most important cabinet ministers that you have to remember for your examination. This can be very important. And Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav, because he's taking care of the railway ministry in the country, right? So these are some of the important Modi cabinet 2.0 ministers who have come up for this year, and it will continue till 2024. And you know that there's a lot of political influence that comes up in such examination, such cabinet ministries. So definitely this is very, very important for your examination. Okay. Okay, Divyanshi, you can definitely put up a text on the comment box, and I'll be replying to such questions. What is AILET and can you give it or not? I will be mentioning it towards the end of the session. You can drop a comment on the comment box, and I will be answering on your comment there itself. Now, coming to the next news, that is that the Delhi High Court is in process of creating intellectual property division to deal with IP cases. Exclusive IP benches are likely to be constituted. As you all know, intellectual property right is very, very important in our country. As you all know, after the Make in India, the process that has begun in our country, there are a lot of young entrepreneurs, a lot of young technology guys who are coming up with different technologies, and they want to get it patented, or they're looking for their trademarks or copyrights in the country. So definitely IP is one of the most increasing branches of law in the country. And definitely there will be a lot of cases and patents and trademarks issues that will come up in the country once the people start involving themselves in such technological developments. Okay, so that is why IP is a very, very an important aspect of the country right now, because protecting the intellectual property makes a lot of sense, because the person who has invented the technology should get the R&D and the amount that he has spent on the R&D back by taking on the loyalties for such technologies. Okay, so that is why, as you all know, there have been huge IP cases in the country and in the world. As you all know, that vaccine issues is also happening due to the patenting issues in the world, and the availability of vaccines have reduced due to the patent availability in the world, as the companies who have made the vaccines are not giving up the patents because they want to take on the costs that are involved in the research and the development of such patents, right? So definitely Delhi High Court has taken this into consideration, and they want to create an intellectual property division to deal with IP cases especially. Now there is an exclusive IP bench that is likely to be constituted in such manners. Okay, now this decision has taken in view in the fact that the Tribunals Reform Ordinance of 2021 led to the abolition of various boards and appellate tribunals which existed under different laws governing IPR. Right, so there has been an abolition of tribunals that have happened, and which also existed under the governing IPR laws also. Now, that is why the Delhi High Court wants to bring an exclusive IP bench too, right? That is a very, very important decision that has been taken by the Delhi High Court. You can remember this. This can be a very important part for your exam also. And you can remember the Tribunals Reform Ordinance of 2021. That is also an important ordinance that you can remember for your CLAT examination, right? So these are the newses for the day. Now, the next news comes up that central government moves to Supreme Court for transferring all the challenges that are related to IT rules of 2021 from high courts to Supreme Court, right? So there are different challenges that has been put up on the new IT rules in different high courts around the country, especially in Madras High Court, Calcutta High Court. There are different cases that are filed against the new IT rules. As you all know, that Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, they've been all dealing with such changes in the IP rules, and they have to change their privacy laws also. As you all know, that we have discussed it earlier regarding the first originator and things of that sort that have been brought up in the new IT rules. So definitely, as there were different challenges in different high courts all around the country, so the central government decided to move to the Supreme Court to transfer all the cases that have been challenging the new IT rules from all these various high courts to the Supreme Court. Right? That is what is being done. The transfer petition has been filed by the center in related to all the pending matters before various high courts across the country that challenges the new IT rules. Now, in particular matter, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology has filed its reply alleging that Twitter has not complied with the center's IT rules. As you all know, there has been a big issue regarding the IT rules, and the government has been saying that Twitter especially is like handling the case, the new IT rules very differently, as the person for the new IT rules in India is being defined by the person who's sitting in the United States of America. So there is a lot of controversy that are coming up on the new IT rules. So new IT rules are definitely very, very important for all the people who are going for the CLAT examination. You have to keep an eye on such improvements that are going on in the IT rules. Now you can see that the central government has decided to transfer all its cases to the Supreme Court from all the high courts, right? So that is also a very, very important news for all of you guys. Do remember it. Divyanshi, there is not a particular person who's been taken into consideration. The whole company is into consideration here. So you can't mention one name, right, per se, but definitely the whole company is being not complying to the new IT rules. So you have to take that into consideration, right? So there's no one particular person who's sued in such manner. There is the whole firm is being taken into consideration. So you have to remember that. So that is it for today, guys. I hope you've gotten some of the newses in your mind regarding what has been happening in the country, in the law and the legal affairs. Okay. So you can definitely hit the like, share, and subscribe button regarding that. Okay, so Nattu asked me, till what day do we need to do the current affairs? Nattu, I recommend all of you to definitely read up till 20th of July. You can leave 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of July as the dates for your current affairs, but you should read your current affairs till 20th of July. It will be very, very essential for you, because if the CLAT consortium decides to put up something very, very recent, then you will miss out on those facts. So definitely reading till 20th of July makes perfect sense. You should keep on preparing till 20th of July regarding your current affairs, and keep on revising all the current affairs that are there beforehand from your April 2020 till your July 2021. Okay. But they'll be helpful for AILET too. Yes, they will be helpful for AILET too, right? But AILET is more about your journalistic news, and they give direct current affairs. So you can definitely put your focus on your current affairs compendiums that you get from Pratham Test Prep. That will be a very good choice for you guys. If you are not from Pratham Test Prep, you can definitely look at the compendiums that are being provided by Pratyogita Darpan, Competition in Focus, and different news agencies and magazines that are there. Nattu, you can definitely ask me a general doubt. There's no problem in asking a general doubt. I'm always happy to help you guys. Okay, so why do some cases start with RE? That is reply. That is reply. RE is reply. So that is why it starts with RE. That's a very, very generalistic doubt that you have. Okay. So Divyanshi, start preparing for your AILET from your compendiums. That will be very, very helpful. Okay. So that is it for today, guys. Before you leave, I will request all of you to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Okay, so Divyanshi asked me, should I write the comment about NLET? Yes, Yes, you can also drop me a text on the Telegram. I'm very freely available on Telegram for all of you guys. You can drop me a text and I'll be happy to help you, Divyanshi. There's no problem in that. Okay, so you can definitely drop me a text also, and I'll be happy to help you regarding NLAT too. Right, so hit like, share, and subscribe. Hope to see you all on Wednesday. As we are counting our days backwards regarding the CLAT and AILET examination, and the SLAT examinations are also ready to give up their results very, very soon. So do make sure that you are preparing with your full efforts, because this is the only time that you have in your hand, and make sure that you are giving your best in those last 10 days. Okay, thanks for joining up the session. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of your health. Make sure you're using your mask and hand sanitizers, and maintain your social distancing. If 18, do get yourself vaccinated. That is very, very important for all of you guys. See you all on Wednesday again with another session on cases for your CLAT and AILET. If you have any other recommendation for the videos that you want ahead, you can definitely put it on the comment box, and I will be taking into consideration what all topics that you guys suggest. Right? So thank you all for joining the session. Hope you all stay safe and stay healthy, and best of luck for your examination. Hope to see you all very, very soon. Thank you, everyone.